I am architect Harsh Bogani from the Crossboundaries, and today at the Architect's Diary platform, I'll be discussing about the post-pandemic effect on the design industry. So, it's like so. Apart from all the negative consequences that the world is facing today, there are a lot of positive things which might happen in the design industry as well. So there might be a totally different, there might be a change in the lifestyle altogether, and there might be a totally different way of looking at the things, looking at the pattern, the overall design pattern might change after the post pandemic. And so I'll be discussing about it in the top 5 points which I have today. So there are 5 pointers, 5 observations which I have made regarding the post pandemic COVID-19 design changes which would happen. So the first one is the nature driven design. So first one can be the nature driven design where the material would matter the most. So the first observation which I would have, or I would say it would occur in coming future would be the nature driven design where the material would matter. Earlier we have seen that since ages we have taken inspiration from nature while designing a structure. Even in our academics, we have started off with some kind of flower or some natural form, and then derived our design out of it. But there is always something which I thought is missing, and that's the study of the materials. So now there would be a new method altogether, a new typology. Say, design a structure without using mortar or cement. So it would be a new type of methodology where, say, an interconnected weaving technique would be designed, where the same structure can be repeated, and or just say it's a interconnected structure which can be placed, which is mobile enough, and it uses zero material and it has zero wastage of any materials. So that is something which might occur, and since after the pandemic, there would be a lot of knowledge which our clients would have. So whether we are designing any structure, there would be questions which would be asked, which were not asked before, and the clients would ask us like whether the material is eco-friendly, whether the material is not harmful to the planet, which in return will lead to discovery of a lot of new materials. And that's what we want. Like, that is, we will have more sensitivity towards the material. uh, those mini gardens, vertical greens, and terrace gardens, I think that's the future. Earlier it was practiced by few, but now growing what you eat is what you can trust. That's what I feel. Like even we have started growing veggies and some exotic vegetables and some exotic fruits at our own office terrace. Of course, we might need to see whether it's surviving after the COVID-19 pandemic or not. Likewise, the multi-level housing and the offices which would be designed shall have a new dimension in planning. People would be looking for planning where there are more open spaces, more balconies, more terraces when it comes to design. So that's like a investment for more green environment. So now I would talk about the third point, which is the reverse migration. Post pandemic, it might happen that a lot of industries might change their methodology to a automated manner, and as a result, it might lead to the reduction in the labor force, and this reduction in the labor force might lead to the migration of those labor to the rural areas. So going back to the rural areas, or going back to the agriculture farms from where they had been here in the urban areas, this actually might be the new beginning of the mega agriculture industry, which our country is definitely capable of. So the fourth point would be the more introvert and flexible spaces, which would be the new future in planning. So yeah, more introvert and flexible space planning. I think that's the future. Like, suddenly we are using our homes as gyms, or as classrooms or as office desk or as say consultation rooms on like online consultation rooms. But with multiple users at the same time, post pandemic, the design of building plan shall have more introvert looking spaces where the concept of central courtyard, which was there in the ancient days, would return back, and people will value their homes more than ever before. So, and the aim to make spaces more functional, more fluid, and more organic and flexible. That would be the new challenge with the designers that they would face, and it might even happen that as work from home becomes a trend in coming days, the size and requirement of residential space or residential units might increase. So my fifth point is work from home might become the new normal. So we are currently in the middle of the largest remote work experience in the history. Earlier, companies used to reject employees, or they weren't accepting them if the employees who were really good, well skilled, and wanted to work from home. But now I think the things would change. For example, it would even open up jobs for disabled. It would even open up jobs for the parents who are having small children, or the ones who are facing family or financial issues while traveling to the workplace. So it would open up more opportunities. Say a person on a wheelchair can be a director of a company. So the work from home, which was earlier difficult to accept, might give rise to a large group of skilled people an opportunity to work. So yeah, those were my five observations. Thank you, The Architect's Diary, for the opportunity. This is Architect Harsh Bokani signing off.